News at 6.
The city is taking action after a fight outside a popular nightclub in the Highlands led to a shooting. Atomic Bar's liquor license has been suspended, and the city says that the owner is not a stranger to the ABC board. This is Wave News at 6. I'm Myra Ansari.
And I'm Brian Schlonsky. Police are still looking for a suspect tied to one of the shootings on Bardstown Road early Sunday morning. And new into our newsroom, we have learned that Atomic was cited for not having enough security this weekend. That's the reason that ABC yanked Atomic's liquor license.
Wave News troubleshooter Mark Stevens says that this emergency suspension is now the 12th the city has implemented.
That yellow sign cuts off liquor sales here until they can come up with a safety plan that ABC finds acceptable. And we're actually finding out new information just moments ago that there was almost a suspension about in mid-April. We've just learned that on April 26th, there were a number of fights outside the bar where an LMPD officer actually got injured trying to break up those fights. And when they shut down the bar, there were 400 to 500 people inside after the DJ shut down the music. And it turns out that that was double the capacity, almost causing a new, not an old temporary suspension back in April. So this is the city's strategy to try and bring back order to the business and entertainment district following the weekend's violence. The city has coordinated to bring in temporary floodlights, increased patrols, and they've gotten permission to tow cars from private lots. But this emergency suspension also follows that history at the bar. Metro ABC Director Brad Silveria says the bar's ownership familiar with the ABC board, and he says if the shooting wasn't connected here from the weekend, the bar would still be serving.
And we have had numerous conversations over the past couple of years, and personally, I think he's a good guy, but we're trying to get through some issues to where keeping people safe is not an option. If you're going to operate, especially in that corridor, safety cannot be at a minimum level, and we won't tolerate anything less.
We reached out to owner Dustin Hensley this morning. He did not return my call asking about this latest suspension order, but he posted to social media earlier this afternoon saying he doesn't know what's in the suspension paperwork. And he says that he has more security here at Atomic than the entire LMPD 5th Division. He says his bar did nothing wrong. However, the city also provided the new information saying Atomic was cited for having insufficient security as well as mishandling a fight between patrons that led to that shooting. Now, the liquor license here at Atomic will be suspended indefinitely until that plan can be worked out between ABC and Atomic. It's not known just how long that process will take. Live in the Highlands, Mark Stevens, Wave News.